welcome. Welcome back to Just Be Tarot. Hope you're all having a great day. Enjoyed your weekend, I hope. I'm going to be posting a video today, another one from messages from your passed away loved ones. And because I'm so happy that so many of you are choosing to tune into my passed away loved one message readings, I'm going to be making an extended reading today. So hoping to make it them, a little bit longer. I'm going to try and do 15 minutes. Just to give you a little bit of extra information from your passed away loved ones. So, as usual, I'm going to show you the decks I'm going to be using. Got my nice ship in a bottle here for you. Got a nice blue background, blue candle. And we're going to pick a charm too, a gift from your passed away loved one in the form of a charm just for you. So remember to go to the description box and hit the timestamp to hit all of this beginning portion. Yeah, so just think of somebody that you love that's passed away, anybody that's left this earthly plane, and pick a number from 1 to 3. And I will read you some messages from these decks right here. I've got the Talking to Heaven cards from Doreen Virtue. Great deck. Now I have no pain. That's one that flew right out. That's always a nice message to get if you're still watching. And I'm going to read the message from the book too. Okay, so I have those. Excuse me. Wisdom of the Oracle cards. Another great deck, which I love. And my third one is the Joie de Vivre Tarot, which is very detailed. Really awesome deck to have. Lots of messages in these cards. And I've picked out 5 questions. I normally ask 1 to 3 questions. I've chosen 5 questions, and I will read them to you in just 1 second. Hopefully you can hear me okay, my viewers. I don't talk very loud. I'll try and talk a little bit louder for this video. I've had a couple comments about you not being able to hear me. I do want to get a microphone in the near future to help with that. So hopefully I can do that. But I hear just fine on my phone. I have to put the volume on full blast. And I've got lots of viewers who seem to be able to hear me okay. So that's good news. But anyway, like I said, I'll try and talk a little bit louder for you. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to ask the angels to bless my cards, and then I'll read you the questions that I picked. So here we go, angels. Hi, I'm going to do a longer reading today. Messages from all those passed away loved ones of the viewers. Some messages. Please bless these decks. Have only divine, loving light, guidance, wisdom, answers, truth, and advice come through. For the viewer's ultimate highest good, and for all those concerned, please remove any negative or heavy energies trapped within the decks and blast them away, or do with them what you may. Okay, so the questions I will be asking are, what would your passed away loved one want to communicate to you right now? What would your past loved one want to communicate to you about their life on Earth? What would your passed away loved one like to communicate about their life now in the afterlife? What is something they wish they would have said or done differently in regards to your relationship on Earth? And a piece of advice for a better life on Earth from your loved one. So here we go. How I'm going to do the tarot, clarification cards, and messages from these decks. So for number 1... Hi, Layla. She's meowing in the back. Okay, here we go. So angels, for those who choose pile 1, hi. What would their passed away loved one want to communicate to them right now? Just one card, if you can. This one. Okay, what would they want to communicate about their life on Earth for those who choose pile 1? What would they like to communicate about their own life on Earth for those who choose pile 1? Layla! And what would they like to communicate about their life right now? The afterlife. There's 2. I'm going to take 2. What is something the pile 1 viewers who choose number 1, their passed away loved one, would have said or done differently in regards to their relationship on Earth? What is something that they would have said or done differently in regards to their relationship on Earth? Our angels. For those who choose pile 1. Okay, and one more piece of advice for a better life on Earth for the viewer who chooses pile 1. What would their passed away loved one want to include you? Say, okay. And then clarification card. Oop. These ones are coming out really fast. And the last 2. And one more for the last question, the advice question. Super fast, these ones. And then message for each question, just some extra information. There's the 5 questions, as you know. They send me 5 cards. Oh. Okay, the last 3 questions. I'd like to communicate about their life right now, their afterlife. And something they would have said or done differently. And the last one, piece of advice. This will choose pile 1. My past one, last one. Last card, angels. 5 more shuffles. This one. Okay. So here we go. And a charm. You just put this charm. 1 and 2 and 3. Whatever it is. We'll do those at the end. Okay, so here we go. Those who choose pile 1. Let's check the time. 9:22. Okay. So, hi. Your first question is, what would your passed away loved one want to communicate to you right now, my little viewers? What would they want to communicate to you right now? Ooh, Ace of Coins. Okay. So what they're wanting to communicate to you right now is a new beginning, a new beginning on the earthly realm, something that has to do with money or your work life. Okay, so a new beginning in your work life, or something new you're gonna do with money, something that you want to put your money into. They want to explain that a battle is not for you. Okay, something that's gonna make this decision difficult is not for you. Okay. It's something that you have to have your full heart in. That's the message I'm getting here. Or maybe it could even be something that you're putting your money into, something new you're putting your money into, is not for you at this time. And if you're having doubts, or if things aren't going well, or you find your money is being wasted, then your passed away loved one could be telling you this right now, that this is not where you need to be spending your money. If you're not receiving anything in return, if you're not receiving joy in return, if you're not reaping rewards, that's what they're saying. And they're saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me. So maybe you're putting your money and energy into something you really want, and maybe you don't want to hear them telling you that this is not for you, but you have to be getting something in return, my little viewers. That's what your angels, your passed away loved one, your angel is telling you. You have to get something in return. See, they want you to be like this image right here. See this girl right here? All these coins fluttering from the sky just for her to do something special. Got lots of little friends nearby. They want you to hold more tightly onto your money, your finances. Okay? So that's what your loved one wants to tell you right now. Yes, you may feel like you have lots of money to spend or give, but they want you to make sure you're doing something that's gonna benefit you. Okay, so maybe it's something you have to change. Maybe it's something new you have to try. Maybe a new type of job or a new way of earning money. Is that making sense to you? Let's go on to your next question. Oh yeah, I want to read this one. I'm going to read this one. Well, let's just see what it says. So your loved one wants to tell you this right now. Now that I'm over here, I've had a chance to review my life. I understand how my actions affected you, and I need to apologize so that both of our souls can move forward. You see, if either one of us is hanging on to guilt or resentment, it stalls our personal growth. Please know that at every moment I was doing the very best I could. I will now finally admit to you how frightened I was. I made an effort to appear strong, but beneath I was scared of everything, including life. I covered up my fears by closing my heart to feeling emotions, and I know this hurt you quite a bit. I promise that I've now learned from this error, but I've also had to forgive and have compassion for myself. I ask that you please do the same and forgive me too. Okay, so that's what your loved one wants to say. Mosquito, be gone. Not that last part. So let's see if we can connect it to your work life, or what it is you're doing with your finances. So guilt or resentment, they don't want you to feel guilt or resentment. So maybe if you're giving your money to others, or maybe even doing some kind of joint business thing, they don't want you to have any feelings of resentment towards somebody that you might be working with. And that might be a possibility. Maybe if you're putting more energy and effort and money into what it is that you're doing than the other person, that could be something that could, make you resentful towards the end. And your loved one felt a lot of that in their past. Guilt and resentment. And maybe them too, I'm getting that they may have felt guilty for not trying new things. So they're happy that you're trying new things. The main message here is just to make sure that you're getting something in return. They really feel strongly about that, okay? They know you, they see you working hard, and they want you to reap the rewards. And it's something you have to know a lot about. So if this is a new job or a new way of earning money or doing something like that, you need to learn more about it, know more about it before you start giving more. Okay, so that's your message for you right now. Okay, they don't want to hurt your feelings, but they don't want you to feel guilt and resentment. That's the main thing. And also they say, I promise you that I feel, nope, I'm going to say it anyway. I promise you that I feel 1,000,000% better now that I'm here. That's just an extra little thing. What would they want to communicate to you about their life on Earth? I wonder if it has anything to do with money. 2 swords. Okay, my mind is free. Clean it up. So what I'm getting here, pile 1, is they may have jumped into something, you know, in regards to their work life or something with their finances. They may have jumped into something without knowing more about it. And they ended up having to clean everything up in the end. Okay? But they feel okay about it now. They don't feel guilt and resentment like they may have in their life. Their mind is free. So they want you to know that their mind is completely free. But yeah, something about their life when they were here is they had to do a lot of cleaning up. So I don't know if that's something you know about them. But I think they may have jumped into something they didn't know enough about. And maybe that's why it links into this, what they want to tell you right now. They don't want you to be jumping into anything and seeing all your hard-earned money go down the drain. I think they often jumped into things too. And people sucked them dry. People sucked them dry. You can see in this image here. This is your person. And then look at all these little guys on the side, literally sucking in their dress. Little bloodsuckers. I think they had people take advantage of them. And I think not so much the money, because I think they had a lot of it. If you're resonating with this, I think they had a lot of it, so it wasn't that huge of an impact. They may have even left you some money behind. It's just like this money trickling down from the moon. But I think people took advantage of their smarts and maybe just leaned too much on them. So I think they're worried that that might happen with you. So that's why they're stressing that they want you to reap the rewards. Don't feel guilty about that. Don't feel selfish about that. Okay, your loved one is really stressing that. Let's go on to your next question. What would they like to communicate about their life now, their afterlife? 2 cards came up on this, their afterlife. Wow, possibilities, so many possibilities. We are soulmates, round and round. Okay, yeah. So I think they carried a lot of heavy burdens in their life here on Earth. Mental stresses. Just like this person in this image here, carrying all these swords on his back. I think they carried a lot of mental stress. Maybe they were constantly worrying about things. And maybe that's similar to you, pile 1. Is that resonating? Your loved one says we're soulmates, so you're very much alike and round. So you might be going through the same things. And they want to tell you that right now they're like this 3 of Wands. This card's right here. So many possibilities. What should I do next? Should I do this or that? So they see you as the same way. But again, like those things I said before, they want to make sure you'll be okay and you'll be protected and taken care of, even if that's yourself, protecting and taking care of yourself. So that's sweet. They find you really similar. And they don't want you to be burdened like they were in their headspace. So I think it's mostly what I'm getting is other people's stress hurting your headspace, causing you mental anguish and stress. That was definitely your person. They don't want that for you. So they're saying they want you to be selfish, even though that's something that you really don't like associating with. Is that possible? They want you to be. Let's read on to the next question. What is something they wish they would have said or done differently in regards to your relationship on Earth? They wish they could have helped you more on the Earth in terms of your finances. That's something they wish they would have done differently on the Earth. You see, they got this leg up card. They wish they could have helped you a little bit more. Like this mama bear helping up this little baby bear, polar bear. Layla. Said it done differently. And they kept a lot to themselves. There's the one saying that they wish they would have expressed themselves more to others and to you if that was a possibility. Hi. They want you to know they feel healthy and happy. And I think perhaps they did not feel healthy and happy on this earth. And if they did, it was most likely a bit of an illusion, because I feel they were a little bit stressed and burdened. They're feeling amazing now. Okay, they really want me to stress that too. Their mind is free. They're healthy and happy. And yeah, that's just something they wish they would have done differently, is help you more and possibly help others more too on the earth when they were here. So I'm getting this is kind of like possibly like a grown-up energy. This was like a mother or father or aunt or uncle, grandpa, grandma, an old family friend. That's what I'm getting with this reading. They wish they would have been more decisive. They wish they would have been a little more, yeah. And what's a piece of advice that they have for you right now to make your life better on Earth? Smooth sailing. Stay away from chaos and conflict, and there's no such thing as death. So, keep yourself away from chaos and conflict. So if there's something in your work life that's causing chaos and conflict, be gone with it. Your loved one wants to tell you to be gone with it. They want you to be calm and peaceful, just like this image right here. This woman sailing on this beautiful swan. All her mental anguishes are in the past. She's sailing away from them. Sailing away from the chaos and conflict. So that's what piece of advice your loved one would have for you on this earth. And look out more for yourself. Look out more for yourself. Do things that make you happy, not what makes others happy. Although that can't be a bad thing, right? If you like making other people happy, there's nothing wrong with that. But your loved one is saying that you can, when you're constantly trying to make other people happy, some people are super grateful and you make a difference in their lives, and that's amazing. That's what you want. But some people you make happy and they're just never satisfied. They just always want more. Or they're always going to try and put you down or bring you down. And your loved one is stressing for you to stay away from those energies. Okay? And if you're scared about death, they don't want you to be. They don't want you to be, because you'll always be exploring and wandering and learning and growing and having good times. So that's your message. This is messages for those who choose pile 1, my little viewers. So the reading was only 10 minutes, but this one's got a lot of information, a lot going on. A lot of conflicting messages. I don't know if I expressed them or not, but they were definitely there in my head. Like being selfish and not being selfish. Helping others and not helping others. Like maybe just thinking too much. Maybe it's as simple as that. Maybe your loved one is just telling you to not think so much. Maybe that's something they did. And you guys are like soulmates, so. And they got the round and round card, so maybe you're similar in that way. But I think you should keep setting goals for yourself. Keep going after what it is you want. You know, keep that passion alive and that interest, you know, that you have in so many things. It makes you shine. And that's what makes your person shine now at this time. Going after things and, you know, that they want and are passionate about. So that's your message. Oh, let's get your charms. You got a few here. Huh. Made with love. See this little alien guy? Okay, so I think you two were similar. And maybe a little weird. Maybe 2 little oddballs. Is that possible, my viewers? Hopefully you don't get offended by that. Because it's cute. You're cute. 2 little aliens. So, and full of love. Okay, they got them made with love attached to it. So, you're both little oddballs, and that's an amazing thing. That's a really good thing. You're unique. You're different. And people love that about you and may take advantage of that. So your loved one wants to tell you to be careful. You even got this number 2. So you two, I think, were very similar, whether you knew it or not. And traveling in the Christmas wreath. Traveling at Christmas time. And this was something they wish they would have done more. So maybe they were telling you to, use your money on things like that instead of putting all your money into work, to travel more. Okay, your loved one wants you to travel more and spend more time with family and doing things with family. And maybe maybe you save all your money for, you know, the future, which is not a bad thing. But a little message from your loved one is saying, spend some of your money now. So all that little money trickling down for you. Something that doesn't have to do with work. Just good, easy, fun times. Okay, my viewers, so that's your message. I hope it was good for you. Your loved one was really smart. And clearly you're really smart too. So I think you'll be okay in the end. Remember, don't worry so much about others, what's going on with others. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you feel healthy and happy. Stay away from chaos and conflict. Okay, so let's go on to pile number 2. Oops. Number 2. So angels, hi. Hopefully this one can be a little bit more clear. For those who choose pile 2 angels, what would their loved one want to communicate to them right now? And what would they want to communicate about their life on earth? Passed away loved one, those who choose pile 2. What do they want to say about their life as it was on earth? Those who choose pile 2. And what do they want to say about their afterlife? And do they wish they would have said or done differently in regards to the relationship with the viewer? And a piece of advice for a better life on earth. Okay. And then some clarifying cards for those 5 questions, angels. Clarifying cards. Oops. Here's one. I won't repeat the questions. 2. 3. 4. And one more. And then little extra messages for those 5 questions again in those. This one. Mosquitoes. I don't know where you are living, my viewers. I know a lot of you are from the States. You guys have a shit ton of mosquitoes there now? My God. Oh dear. I think I have like 20 bug bites on my ankles. This which is pile 2 angels. And one more. Oh, forgot to read the messages from my book for the other one. Actually, I did. Okay, where's my book? Book? There you are. Okay, so here we go. Pile 2. Number 2. Hi, how are you? Welcome. If you're still here from pile 1, hi. Here we go. So, those who choose pile 2, what would your loved one want to communicate to you right now? Oh, the Sun card. Oh my God, they see amazing times for you right now. You got the Sun, that's everything. You got everything going for you. Blessed, you got the Blessed card. And as a soul, I can be in several places at once. You got this beautiful unicorn here. Oh my gosh. So this message for you right now my little viewers, for those who choose pile 2, is you have a beautiful life. You have an amazing life. You are blessed. You're blessed. Don't forget it. Don't you forget it. They want to tell you they can be in several places at once as a soul. That might be something you wish you could do. Be in several places or be with several different people at once. Your loved one wants to tell you that, well, that can happen. Eventually, when you pass, you can be in different places at once. But you can't right now. That's the way it is. But that's okay, because you have so many good things around you. You have good friends, you have a good work life, you have a good home life, you have a beautiful home. You have, enough money to get yourself food and clothes and little gifts for yourself and little gifts for people around you. You can have positive, happy times. Sing and dance and play. And you have a lot of intuitive abilities. You're able to, stay calm and peaceful in situations and environments which may be challenging for other people to do, but you can. Just like this image, this fairy inside this shell floating in the universe. Amazing. And something I want to tell you right now is you might not feel that way, pile 2. Is that possible? Or you might have moments where you might be feeling what's the word? I'm trying to think of a word. So when I pause like this, words pop into my head and I just don't like them. So I'm trying to think. Just look at his expression, okay, on this little guy. Right here in this image. See if you can see his face. Can you see that? Do you feel this way sometimes? Pile 2? Your loved one says, don't. Your loved one says, stop. Stop it right now. Your loved one's like this sun up here when you feel that way. Kind of rolling his eyes a little bit. Oh, that's you there, down there, a little cheeky. Is that resonating? Pile 2? It's okay, don't you worry about it. You can get yourself out of that pretty quick, I bet. And you're only human. Dang it. You're only human. Passed away loved one. You know this, right? Yes, you do. They know this. So they're not worried. They just want to see you happy all the time. And, it's somebody that you loves you very much. And when you love people, that's what you want. You want them to be happy and smiling all the time, right? You don't want to see them hurt or upset. And that's what your person is wanting to tell you right now. So they don't think you're a bad person. They think you're an amazing person. You have all these things going for you, like I just mentioned. And that's pretty much it. So you should be happy, pile 2, because you got these amazing cards right here. Sun and blessed. And let's see what they have to say about being in several different places at once, where they are right now. As a soul, see if I can find this one. Ah, here, got it. Mosquito, just be gone already. Anyway, sorry about that, viewers. Let me read you what they have to say regarding this. As a soul, I can be in several places at once. Without the human body, I am free. I have amazing new abilities. I can travel to any place in almost any dimension with just a thought. Quick like that. It's like living in one of those flying dreams that you and I discussed. So, I can be with you as often as you need me, and it won't hold back my spiritual growth. If you miss my presence, just say the word and I'm there by your side instantly. In an instant, just like that. Although I'm not technically an angel because I still have my human ego to deal with and learn about, I am like an angel to you. I will do my best to protect you always, and you can count upon me. You can count upon my continuing love. Never-ending love. Okay. So sometimes you feel frustrated, pile 2, just with whatever it is, even probably mostly likely piddly little things. If you're upset, call on your person. They want you to call on them. And they want to be there for you, try and send you love, comfort, and specifically in your dream space. So before you go to bed, if you're feeling frustrated throughout the day, go to bed, take a few deep breaths, think of your person, think of this sun card, think of this unicorn, think of them traveling, doing all sorts of amazing fun things, fun adventures, and maybe they can, visit you in your dreams and take you to these amazing dimensions that they're talking about. I don't normally kill bugs, my viewers, but I have to say I do kill mosquitoes because, you know, they're bloodsuckers and they hurt. So yeah, that's from your loved one. Adventurous and fun your person was, that's for sure. They're exploring, they're doing so many amazing things there, and they want you to just try and do those amazing things on the earth. And call on them if you need them, pile 2, okay? What they want to communicate about their life on earth. Ooh, 10 of coins. I wish I had told you more often how much I love you. Oh. So that's the main thing. Your person, your loved one, wishes they would have told you how much they loved you more on this earth, okay? They had a really good life. I think they just assumed you knew that they loved you, you know, and they didn't express it very much. Is that possible, pile 2? That could be why you have these little cheeky vibes at times. So they wish they would have told you more, that they loved you. Let's read your message, the message from this. Okay. It's funny. This is what your passed away loved one says. It's funny. When I first came over here and had a chance to look back at my earthly life, I realized the way in which my own insecurities and fears held me back from expressing the true innermost parts of my heart. Oh, so your person had some insecurities and fears holding them back. I was so caught up in my own day-to-day life that I didn't take the time to express myself like I should have. If you could look up to the sky right now, you would see "I love you" written in the clouds and colored by the stars. From my spiritual perspective, I know, I just got chills. From my spiritual perspective, I know all the little things you did quietly for me, and I can't thank you enough. I'm gonna cry. Love continues to live on in your heart, and together we can be reassured that it can never die. Okay. So they appreciate you. They appreciated you so much on the earthly realm. And something stopped them from expressing themselves. They had other things going on. See this fork in the road card? They had other things going on, this left and right. Could have been work-related or, you know, family, extended family related. But they had lots of things going on, and they didn't take the time to stop and tell you, "I love you." And that's what they want to communicate to you about their life on earth. But they were very successful. No, but they were successful people, and they may have seemed super successful, which they were, but they may have, like, seemed more put together than they actually were. That's a possibility for those who choose number 2. Pile of cards, number 2. Okay, so very sweet. Your person loved you so much. I wish they would have told you more. They just had other things going on that kind of distracted them. They had lots of distractions. Lots of things distracting them from expressing their true feelings and desires. So what would they like to communicate about their life now? Okay, how's it going? My little passed away loved one, pile 2. Ooh, Page of Wands. They're singing and dancing. Look at this. This little rabbit right here. Singing his, playing his little trumpet. whatever that is. Just happy as can be. So happy. The person is super happy. And they're finding out things. They're finding out things from you guys, you and other people that your person left behind on the earth. They're watching them and you, and watching you grow and learning more about you, which is just making them super excited. That's what they want to tell you about their life now, their afterlife now. They love watching the people they loved and learning more about their personalities. You have nothing to feel guilty about. Your person wants to tell you this. You have nothing to feel guilty about. I think they're wanting to take the blame. If there's something you feel guilty or sorry about with regards to this person that's passed, your person wants to tell you it's them. It's them that should feel guilty, okay? I don't know what that's about. Orphaned, okay. So maybe, is it possible, pile 2, at times you may have felt left out? You may have felt left out. Well, your person wants to tell you that they're sorry. And you have nothing to feel bad about. Let's read here. Let's read here. Sweetheart, this is what your person says to you. Sweetheart, I see you torturing yourself with what-if questions concerning my life, health, and passing. You wonder whether you could have intervened so that I'd still be in my physical body. I'm standing next to you right now to soothe away these thoughts. I'm standing next to you right now to soothe away these thoughts. It's so important for you to understand that you did nothing wrong, that my physical passing was divinely timed. You hear that, Pile 2? Divinely timed, and that you couldn't have changed anything. Please don't burden yourself with guilt any longer. Guilt is a complete waste of your earthly time, which is meant to be used in service of love. Guilt doesn't undo anything. I have forgiven myself for everything that I think I didn't do or did do, but in the end I learned that everything's already forgiven. And I pray that you also forgive yourself, because you are so very loved and understood. So your person has really learned a lot about you since their passing. They've learned what an amazing person you are. They knew this before, but like I said, they may have been distracted by other things. But yeah, that's their message to you. They don't want you to feel like this. Feeling down on yourself or guilty, feeling bad about their death in particular. They're like, no, 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 no. I'm having none of that. I'm singing and dancing and playing and having the time of my life. Your person is so cute. They're having such a good time. Ice, water, as I say that, because it's the truth. Okay, this energy from this person, Pile 2, they're having the time of their lives, and they see you as having the time of their lives too. I see you as possibly just having little moments of sadness, which they want to take away. They want to take it away as best they can. I get your charms after. Okay, and then your next question, what is something they wish they would have said or done differently in regards to relationship on the earth? Knight of Cups. Express themselves more. So this is just confirming and reaffirming this. They wish they would have expressed themselves more by the book, because you got this by the book card. So I think they were just doing what they knew, kind of like routine. They were very much into their daily routine and maybe not taking the time to stop and smell the roses, express their love to their family. They say, we are so connected. We are so connected, you and I. That's what your lover wants to tell you. So yeah, they wish they would have expressed their love to you more, and they want to shout it from the rooftops right now. They wish they could have done that in the earthly life. We are so connected, they say. We are so connected. I've been able to review my life here in heaven, and I've seen how perfectly everything we do is woven together. There are no accidents or wrong turns. Everything makes sense now. I wanted to give you the exciting news that in my life review, I saw that you and I have a strong soul connection through many lifetimes. We've been each other's teachers, sometimes in unpleasant ways, several times. In this lifetime, we are magnetically drawn together because we had mutual work to do for ourselves personally and for others. And now that I'm here, our connection remains strong. Just like when I was living in my body, our thoughts are in sync with one another. We often think of each other simultaneously. So think of me and know that I'm doing the same, always with love. So I think they may have had moments where they understood your sadness, your little cheeky moments, your little sad moments. I think they definitely noticed. Okay, I was saying before they were in their routines and they didn't express themselves, but I think they were just a little bit like a robot, and that's why they're just having so much fun right now. Pile 2. Is that possible? Is that resonating? Were they kind of like that? Well, they definitely noticed you, okay? They noticed you in your good times. They noticed you in your bad times. And they just wish they would have expressed themselves more. But like they say, no more feeling guilt, no more pain, sadness, and guilt. They don't want you to feel guilty, and they don't feel guilty about it anymore. They're like, okay, I've learned my lessons, and you have possibly lived many lifetimes together. That's why they said that in the message. So, next time, there's the next time. You'll see each other again. That's what your person wants to stress for those who choose pile 2. They're very much knowing and feeling that they're going to see you again in the, like a tangible way on the earth in another life. So that's exciting news. What piece of advice do they have for you for this earth? And you got the Page of Cups. They want you to maybe express your love a little bit more. You've got the Message in a Bottle. Ooh, love message in a bottle. And you are never alone. Your lover wants to tell you that. You're never alone. You're never alone. You're never alone. And your person is so much fun. They're sending me fun vibes. So a piece of advice is it's kind of romance, love cards. Got the Page offering love to someone, expressing your love to someone. It doesn't have to be in a romantic way. It can be in a platonic way, just like I don't know if this was a romantic interest or a family. I'm getting family vibes, but it could also be a romantic person as well. But anyway, they're wanting you to do that. And they don't want you to feel alone. That's some advice they would give to you. They don't want you to feel alone. So you're never alone. You have all this going for you. You got this Sun card. Everything's amazing in your life. But I think maybe sometimes people might make you feel alone. But I think, well, that's life. That's just the way it goes. Sorry, mosquito, but you gotta go. I forget where I was going with that, and there was a reason for it. But anyway, your advice is that you're never alone, and they want you to express your love. So, something that they wish they would have done more, they want you to do more of that. My little viewers, those who choose pile 2, let's get your charms. And ooh, romance card. So starting a new relationship, or being open to having a new relationship, a romantic relationship. Like they got this heart card right here. Let's get your charms. We are so connected. You got the beach stone. Calm, still, and peaceful. So maybe there's a little bit of meditating, a little time to yourself. Oh my gosh, they really see love coming for you. So you got this bow and arrow right here that fell right on this heart, and on the expressing, and then you got the little corset, which is also little sexy vibes. So your person is fruitful too. Your person is yeah. So maybe if you're in a relationship right now, your loved one wants you to express your love more towards them. And if you're not in a relationship, if you're going to be in one soon, a good one, and your loved one wants you to not forget to do that. And to not forget to love yourself and be confident too. That's another specific message. Got the Tree of Life here. You have nothing to feel guilty about card says, got the charm, you are always in my heart. So again, feeling guilty about their death or something along those lines, your loved one sending you this gift, you are always in my heart. Don't you feel bad? No more. And you got the little bicycle charm right next to it. So happy, fun times, easy times, riding on your bike, feeling the wind in your face. So if you have moments like that where you feel guilty or bothered, your loved one wants you to specifically take a bike ride and feel the wind on your face. Okay? So those are your messages for those who choose pile 2. Those ones came out a lot more clearly for me. Oh, so we're going to go on to number 3, and we're an hour in. So fun, this person. And you're so much fun, too. Don't forget it, pile 2. You're just like your person in a lot of ways. And different in a lot of ways, too. For sure. But both fun, that's for sure. Fun people. You're never alone. Don't forget it. Okay, let's go on to number 3. Those who choose number 3. All right, here we go. So angels, oops, let's continue. For a different loved one, for those who choose number 3. Thank you for doing these with me, my angels. So, for those who choose pile 3 angels, what would their passed away loved one want to communicate to them right now? What would they want to communicate about their life on the earth? What would their passed away loved one want to communicate about their life on the earth? For those who choose pile 3, what would they like to communicate about their life on the earth? And what would they like to communicate about their life now, their afterlife, for those who choose pile 3, their passed away loved one? They want to tell them, the viewers, about their afterlife. Excuse me, and what would they have said or done differently in regards to their relationship on here? Yeah. And piece of advice. And then clarification card for those 5 questions. Choose pile 3. Choose pile 3. And the last 3 questions. Last 2 questions. And last question. 3. Pile of cards, number 3. Hi. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining me. So here we go. Let's get some messages from your passed away loved one. Those who choose pile 3. What would your person want to communicate to you right now? Oh my goodness, you got the Sun card again, just like pile 2. Loyal heart. My mind is free. Okay, so your loved one wants you to know that their mind is free. So your loved one says, you know how much I worried when I was in my physical existence. It seemed as if I spent most of my days and nights feeling anxious about the future, family, money, and the earth. Now I realized that most of what I worried about was never a reality. And those things that did materialize, I brought about myself because fear attracts negativity. If I could only go back into my body for 5 minutes, I'd apply this new knowledge to show you how a worry-free mind creates and attracts a worry-free life. This knowledge has completely released me from the bondage of earthly concerns. This is my greatest lesson, and one that I hope to impart to you. Give all your worries to heaven and never hang on to them. Be free of worries, and you've found the greatest riches of them all. Be free of worries, my little viewers. Free your mind just like your person. So they see you as having a loyal heart and a loyal bond to them as well, your passed away loved one. Okay, so just like in pile 2, I showed you this image of the Sun, this little guy. You see his little face, it looks a little cheeky. Even though he has everything going on for him, he's got a good life, he's got a good work life, happy home life, he's got a good, nice home, clothes on his back, sun shining down. But this is little moments of that, his little facial expression there. Can you see? So your loved one wants you to not worry, and they're saying that it's mostly little things that bother you at work, just like they were describing in this message here. Your loved one wants you to be free of that. They want you to know they are totally free of that, and they now know how much heartache and headaches worrying about these little things caused, and they so want you to be free of that. My little viewers, if you're feeling that way, I think for the most part you're having good times. You're having good times, and your mind is probably free as well. But you might just have these little moments, that get you down. Your loved one wants you to stress to let go of that. That's something that they've learned really was worth nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay. What would they want to communicate to you about their life right now, besides what I just said? Justice. Justice card. To the sea. I feel healthy and happy. So that's what they want to communicate to you. And they're in charge. So this was on their earthly life. So you got this Justice card. So they were in charge, and they were able to be really decisive and strong. They want you to know they had times of softness and stillness. They had, times just like in this image here. You can see this little fairy in the paper boat. She looks a little sad. So I think your person was really strong and tough and to the core, but they had these little moments of sadness, which you might have seen in them or felt intuitively. Your person wants you to know that they were fine, just like they had moments just like you. And there was nothing deep, like a deep ache. They were healthy and happy on the earth. They never had like huge troubles. That's the message that I'm getting from your person. Okay, so that's about their life. They were in charge, and they took control of situations, and they were independent and healthy and happy. very wise, and they dealt with consequences. Okay? But yeah, they had moments just like you and like anybody else where they felt alone. But they were always able to sort of not let it take over. Okay, so if you might be resonating with this, you maybe felt that they had moments where maybe you thought that they weren't happy. Is that possible? But anyway, they're expressing to you that whatever it was, whatever situations or things that happened, they were good as a whole. Okay. But that's it. That's it. What would they like to communicate about their life right now? So I want to see. I want to read this again. My mind is free. Okay, yeah. So they said this in this message that they had. It seemed as if most of my days and nights were feeling anxious about the future, family, money, and the earth. So maybe at nighttime they kind of got into this energy of feeling low. But they were always able to balance it out the next day, and they especially learned how much wasted time and energy they spent worrying about these little things. What they want to tell you about their life right now? Ooh, between worlds. Possibilities. Between worlds. The earth is our school. And 10 of Wands. Okay. So, let's read this. Your loved one says, we often forget when living in a physical body that earth isn't our true home, heaven is. Heaven is not like earth, with people, animals, flowers, trees, and such. The difference is that up here, there is no competition to meet physical needs. After all, you don't have to eat or pay taxes in heaven. You do have responsibilities, but they're part of your life purpose, so they're joyful. For that reason, everyone in heaven is relaxed, forgiving, happy, and loving. We go to earth to experience life in a physical body. It's like going away to boarding school. Once you have a physical body, the ego becomes apparent because everyone is competing and struggling to take care of their physical demands. But if you can rise above those energies, you learn how to bring heaven's love to earth. It can take multiple lifetimes to grasp this simple, yet not so simple concept. Fortunately, I'm here to help you learn what's really important for your spiritual growth: love. The more you can see yourself and others through heaven's loving eyes, the more you'll understand that everyone is doing the best they can. You'll have compassion for yourself and others, and that is when you've mastered your schoolwork. So that's what they want to tell you about their life right now, their afterlife, is that it's so different. It's like black and white. Black and white. Just like this flamingo is half pink and half gray. So, and also too, your person is still learning from the earth, their life on the earth. They at times felt like they had a lot to carry, a lot on their shoulders, and I think that came out at night when they just, their mind was just buzzing with stuff, stresses about work and life and stuff. I'm just going to take a minute, my little viewers, just give me a second. Also, too, they're saying it's a lot to grasp. The afterlife. It's a lot. They're saying that. Really serious. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. But they're stepping into the beauty. It's becoming more beautiful and bright every day for them in the afterlife. Okay? So, that's what they want to say about that. Just like the earth, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in heaven too, but it's just a lot easier to deal with. It's a lot easier to learn about and take on. And what is something they wish they would have said or done differently in regards to your relationship on the earth? What is something they wish they would have said or done differently? Oh, the moon. Be more in tune with their feelings and emotions and their intuitive side, their intuitive gift. There's no such thing as death. I'm getting a specific message. They wish they would have sang to you, or played you an instrument, or taken you to the symphony, or a ballet. Something quiet and peaceful. That's a little specific message. And also, too, they're wishing they could have learned more about you on the earth. Yeah. They wish they could have learned more about you. Like in this image. This is your person opening the book with the wings, which is you. They wish they would have peeked into your life a little bit more. Learn more about you. I want to tell you, I am as much alive as you are, because our souls are a life force energy that can never be extinguished. Only my body has been released, and that was a dense form of energy that was affected by other dense earthly energies. My soul and yours are beautifully fine, high vibrational energies which live on for eternity. I am conscious and fully aware of who I am and where I am. You might even say that I'm more aware now that I'm free of the distractions of the physical world. Please know that I am happy and healthy in the spiritual sense. In many ways, I'm even more available to you than I was on the earth because I'm more alive than ever. So yeah, I think that's something that they wish they would have said or done. Talked to you more about your life, offered you more help, just to learn more about you. But they're saying they're more available to you at this time. They're more available to you at this time, my little viewers. I'm called to read this from this book. This was what they wish they would have said or done differently. Got the Y card. Motives, driving intention, the power of knowing the why. Okay. So, maybe they wish exactly that they would have asked you why. Like if you were upset, let's say. Taking the time to stop and ask you why you're upset and listen to you more. These are the messages I'm getting from your person. Wishing they took more time to learn about you and why you do things a certain way or say things a certain way. Because they're super curious now. They wish they would have taken more time. And a piece of advice that they have for you to have a better life on earth: strength. They want you to be strong, like this courageous little lion right here. And this courageous little being holding on and hugging the lion. So that's a piece of advice they have for you right now, pile 3. They want you to have more strength in your everyday life. More strength to speak up about how you feel and what you're going through, to other people. If they stop and ask you why, express yourself. Have that strength, regeneration. Round and round. I watch over you every day. Oh, that's really sweet. I watch over you every day, sending you a heart of clouds in the sky. Your loved one says, believe me when I tell you that I hear every one of your thoughts and know all of your desires, goals, and accomplishments. Okay, so they know why now. Why you are the way you are, why you say the things you say and do the things you do. They know more about you That's what they wish they would have done more on the earth. But they know now, and they watch over you every day. We have such a strong soul connection that part of my desire here is to watch over you there. Even though I can't take you for, even though I can't take your tests for you or interfere with your free will, I am sharing your space and I'm always influencing you to do the best that I know you can do. I help bring into your life those important learning opportunities your soul needs in order to grow. Think of me as your guardian angel. We share life together. I am the light that goes before you, holds your hand, and shows you the way. So don't be surprised if a thought about me suddenly comes into your mind, seemingly at random. That is me standing next to you, letting you know that I'm still with you. So that's really sweet. Your person is always there for you, watching over you. They want you to not get caught up into the routine of life. They want you to learn and grow, rejuvenate yourself, and be strong. Let's get your charms. I got lots of charms. The universe. So think of them in this magical place. The turtle charm. Okay, and they're saying it might take you time to speak up for yourself or to really tap into your emotions and your own intuitive nature. They might take you a little bit of time, but they're saying that's okay. Oh, you got this sweet daisy. So this little daisy. And the beach stone. And the graduation cap. So they're free of all their burdens. They've graduated from these heavy burdens. So don't worry about that. If you're worried about them, have no worries because they're free as a daisy. They're free of worry and pain. And this one, I feel healthy and happy. They want to tell you you're special, just like this mirror charm right here with the crystal on the end of it. The reflection in the mirror is you with a crystal behind it. So you're very special. Your loved one wants to tell you that you're very special, and that's what they would want to communicate to you on the earth. Just tell you just how special you are. And speak your mind, speak your truth. And then you got, I think this is the father doll. Father doll here. So your person wants to send you strength and support and guidance. And protection. Got that little umbrella charm here. Walking in the rain together. Okay, so I knew the water had something to do with this. This rejuvenation card. Look at this beautiful water. Droplets of dew on the tree. And then you got these little leaves growing. So water. Was this the reading with the... Nope, the bike ride was in the other one. They want you to go to water. Swim if you can. Or take a nice bath or walk in the rain. Have an umbrella with you and know that your person is acting as that umbrella. Going on that walk with you. Okay? So those are your messages. Strengthen your headspace. Speaking your truth. They want you to speak your truth. That's something they wish they would have done more of when they were on the earth. So they're wanting you to do that if you can. And expressing yourself, how you feel, what you think. So that's your message for you, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed it. That was a long, an hour and 20 minutes. Oh, I hope you guys got some messages in there. from your lovely souls that have passed. All really caring individuals. These are lovely people that I tapped into today. So that's it. That's all. I'm done. I'll post another video soon. If you have any recommendations, my viewers, if you want me to do readings for specific energies, mother, father, aunt, uncle, brother, sister, child, lover, friend, I can do that, okay? And then maybe you'll get some more specific messages. So I'll post another video soon. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for your support, and we'll talk soon. Have a good night. Bye.